Okay, it looks like we're live. Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Joy of Planting. I just realized I need to set my background music up. Whoops. Nothing like getting echo from your computer. Let's see. It was Stream Manager. That's what I'm looking for. There's a link in there. Sorry, just a little slow on the draw today. Oh, actually, I suppose I should hop in the designer so you can at least get the mute the menu music. Wow, that's loud. Okay, maybe I don't do that playlist. Little annoying there. Okay, yeah, it's very annoying. And it stops working. Awesome! Yay! Yay for technology. This is a great start. All right, let's try restarting the app. Okay, it just really doesn't want to work. God, that's annoying. Fine, be that way. I'd put on something else, except I have no idea what else to use for background music that I can do and not get streams pulled and whatnot. So, might have to pause for the time being. I don't know. What do you think? Do we? Never mind. Here we go. Good enough. All right. There we go. Let's get started. So I believe I did this work on 5 off stream. Although I'm kind of thinking I want to tear this up and start over anyway. Or at the very least do a fair amount of renovation to it. Something about the style just isn't clicking for me yet here. We're still trying to figure out what we want to do with this one. So maybe we delete a lot of stuff and just kind of rework this. The idea is solid, where it's a short par four where short par four where driver is pinched. Hey Narwhal, how's it going? Oops, sorry. trees there are making it very hard to get a view of the hole, but that's okay. Yeah, I I I have not played around with LiDAR at all, so I can't really give you any tips on how to work that. But my condolences. Actually, let's see. Let me break up that top line just a little bit. Also, I'm thinking I want to scale up the bunkers a little bit in size from what I had before. And we'll see how that works. Make them a little bit more statement bunkers. Thank you, much appreciated. I'm doing alright. Just kind of settling in. We're expecting a fair amount of winter weather to come in overnight and into tomorrow, so yeah. Fortunately, I was planning on working from home tomorrow anyway, and I'm all ready to go. I've got stuff to make lunch tomorrow, you know, a couple meals already prepped, and I don't have to go anywhere, so we'll just be buckling in overnight, settling in, and it's really not that much different than what everyone's doing anymore anyway. Or it's just, hey, maybe don't go a lot of places. Hi, kitty. Have our first Orion sighting of the stream. Not really a surprise. Orion, quit hitting my mic. Hopefully that's not. I know the mic has an issue anymore where it starts to pop if I move it. And if Orion keeps rubbing up against it, that's probably not helping anything. Yes, silly, I know. It's not a real stream unless Orion stops by, right? Alright, so I just need to play with that front bunker a little bit. Those trees. So annoying for trying to look at this guy. Good enough, I think. Still don't really know what I want to do with that front bunker, but it should be okay at least. We'll raise the back just a little bit. Yeah, I think this one is going to be a little bit more challenging than Cherrybrook. Both to design as a course and to design on stream. Purely just because I don't really have much of a plan for this one yet. I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. See what jumps out at me and what doesn't. Although I'm kind of digging the quote-unquote statement bunkers here with just the like big bunkers with big sweeping shapes. Doesn't hurt to try it for a hole or two and just see what we come up with. Alright. I can work with this, I think. Yeah, I think that's probably what this was missing a little bit was scale. At least a little bit of it. still have that big mound here from the last bunker that was there. So I'm gonna smooth this out into kind of just a big smooth hill, and then dig the bunker into that. Just to smooth it out and undo whatever shapes are left over from the last bunker, and kind of give me a clean slate to work with on this one. Not exactly the smoothest smoothest shape there, but we can fix it at some point later. Not really urgent yet. Wow, this one just really does not want to cooperate today. Oh well. What the hell? This just... Why is it being so difficult all of a sudden? Cannot get it to do anything I want right now. I don't know why it's being difficult all of a sudden, but it is just a little. Alright, well, we're just gonna revisit that one later. It's fine. We're just trying to get a general idea. Nobody wants to watch me fight texture edging for an hour. We're gonna sink this one just a little bit more. I mean, there's already sort of a bunker pan here left from the last bunker I threw in. Actually, I think we're gonna adjust the shape just a little bit from what we had here. I think I'm gonna put a little indentation there. We'll break that shape up just a little. Well played. I mean, we might have to come up with a project with those initials at some point. Alright, let's clear distance markers. Part of me wants to throw a tree just to the right of the green somewhere. Alright, I'm starting to think this green's a little large. I can scale it down a little. Also, I kind of want to tuck it in here a little bit more. Alright, so that can be kind of a fun green shape there. Alright, yeah, so playing toward these bunkers will get you a safer angle to these back pins. And that should be interesting. We have this. I think I kind of want to throw a tree in here. Just for fun. Hey Scotty, how's it going? Alright, let's see. This can continue to go around that way. Do I want to redo this fairway or not? Probably not. I think it might just be easier to edit the existing one. I mean, both ways of doing this will be a little tedious. Either resurfacing the whole thing or... Or I could bring this all the way around. Make this fairway just stupidly wide up here. Yeah, maybe we just redo the whole thing. Since we're redoing, I think at this point we just want to redo pretty much the whole thing. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we'll delete that, and we'll just delete this. Since this is just kind of a short par 4, you know, this one, it's not drivable, but it's a short hole. So you're almost always hitting either a partial wedge into it or a full wedge into it. So you know, the green should be sufficiently challenging for that type of hole. Double check the distances on this one. Yeah, 390 from the back means a flip wedge even from the back tees. So, definitely want to tuck the green at least a little bit. Also, I can bring some trees in for fun. What Jive said exactly. raise this bunker up just a little bit because it's sitting really far below the green pad there. And then drop the front of that. Get those a little more in line with where they should be. Alright. Good start. Weave it through here. Oh yeah, I need to toggle the light rough. And just pull the fairway away from this bunker edge just a little bit. Just to even it out a touch with this one here. We can pull this one in a little bit as well. Sharp and smooth. There we go. drop this a little bit. I see either the Flamingo has been published or they're just getting really close to publish and are playtesting. I think it's playtesting. Either way, it'll be interesting to see how that one came out. I don't have any issue with people designing courses that feel realistic because they take realistic things into account. I completely get that. And you can, if you're trying to design it with the same what do you want to call it? Keeping the same limitations in mind, you can create some projects that feel very realistic. I think my issue and a lot of people's issue with Jerry's stuff is the fact that he pays lip service to all of these things and talks about puts a little too much stock in said things in terms of like how it affects how it plays in game, while also just not exactly what Jive said. It's just that you can talk about all of those things, but he couldn't do any of them. It's the, I see what you're saying, but what you're saying and the actual product that you're creating are completely off. Like all these 75% grade fairways that, are impossible to maintain or whatever. We haven't done any Jerry rants in a long time. Of course, there's been no reason to. He's kind of, he seems to have packed it up and called it quits, which is, I don't know. Part of me is happy that people aren't necessarily, it's a source of bad advice that, people aren't necessarily going to get anymore, but at the same time, we don't want anyone quitting. Like, we're not trying to chase Jerry out or anything. Like, if he likes doing this, more power to him. It's more just the throwing shade at people who know what they're doing and then, not knowing what. Never mind. It's whatever. I think so. Supposedly his site is just overrun by bots now and nobody's cleaning it up, so I assume that means that he's done. I think there's like 50 pages of new threads and it's all bots or something like that. It's kind of funny. It's almost like running a site is hard and takes lots of people, lots of time and effort to, to make a site run. Alright, on to the next hole. Might do a copy-paste plant for the time being. Just to fill some of this in quickly. Get a little snapshot of what it would look like with some trees sprinkled in. Alright, so this one's probably going to be a 3-shotter since it's about 590. Although, how long is this course from the back tee? 7,600. I probably need to reel it in a little. And that's a hole that could probably be shortened relatively easily. Especially since it's the first par 5. Oh no, sorry, it's the second par 5 on the plot. And this one's... Here, I'm just gonna do... We're gonna do a quick playthrough just to get a feel for how it flows. Eric, what's up? I just realized I need to change the green speeds here. Well, you just hadn't come... Oh, never mind. I see your, sorry, I see your message. You were right in the middle of a big block of Jive's, messages, and his screen name comes up with the same color as yours did. So I just saw a big block of pink. I missed your message in there. That was a terrible shot. Oh, and it's gonna get more terrible. He didn't block them, Adam, because he hasn't logged into a site in 3 weeks. Or posted anything on YouTube in that long. Cavacom, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so this one's kind of barely reachable. So, yeah, we should make, we'll make the next one a short 5, just because. And then Alright, let's see how we're gonna do this one. Or maybe I jump around. I'm kind of at this point where I'm really not feeling this course yet. Maybe I'm kind of thinking I want to design a couple more like standout holes just to get a feel for what this course should be, and then fill in the more difficult ideas later. Whereas like nothing really jumps out to me about 6 yet. But so I might take the time and just fill in some. Oh, I know, but I just even if I was gonna go full Shadow Creek, I just don't have a vision for what I want out of this one yet. Hence, maybe like if I work on creating some like some like 9, I feel like should be kind of a postcard hole. I have a bridge in there, or like 10 could be a fun one. I think this is uphill long par 3. Now how uphill is it? So it's 50 feet uphill from the tee. Oh, it's totally an S fairway. Like it's 100. Outside of it, really just like the only angle that really comes into play is this one. So, in terms of how the tee shot plays, it's exactly the same as just a dog leg that runs out this way, and you're worried about this diagonal. And then when you're in play, you're just hitting a wedge anyway. So. I think people tease Andre for his because it's just the only hole that he builds. Like, if every single hole on the course was this big S fairway, then yeah, that might be an issue. But like a couple well done ones, I don't have any issues with it. Alright, if we start from here, so our landing zone's about here. Do I want to pull this lake in a little bit or not? Ooh, actually I could even move the tees out more toward the water if I want. Just for the pure visual intimidation of that shot. Gotta have the Fazio bunkers, absolutely. Alright, so layup do bring the water into play. How wide is this? Okay, it's about 50 yards. That's not bad. Suppose we want our Fazio bunkers out here-ish. essentially the, if you hit driver, then you have to play it, you have to bring the water into play type thing. Although this is kind of a three-shotter, so there's almost not much of a reason to do that. Because it's 260, 40 feet uphill. Now, how wide is this? Okay, it's still like 50 yards if I made it like that. I can probably just bump the tees up just a little bit. Oh, you're good, Adam. No worries. Trolling me is generally allowed in this. Well, at least lighthearted trolling is always allowed in this stream. Especially if it's targeted at me. I have no issues with that. Alright, now we just need to get this fairway angled in some way that makes more sense. Which is probably going to mean lowering this as well. Fair enough, Adam. Alright, let's see. What do I want to do here? I could probably bring this in a little bit more as well. do want to lower this just a little bit. Alright, so something like that should work, I think. We'll get kind of a flattish green site here. We do want to let it have some of that back to front slope still, and I can just drop the front a little bit, or at least in, short of the green a little bit. Dan, what's up? How's it going? Alright. My condolences about your bills. Ryan, will you please get out from under the computer? Thank you. Yes, and if I can be the glass half empty guy, if the Bills were gonna lose, it's probably better that they lost in the the divisional game instead of the Super Bowl. I feel like making it to the Super Bowl 5 times and never winning would just suck. Like at least it doesn't add to that meme, but that's fair. I don't know. I just having not really had to be in that position because most of the teams I even remotely care about are all terrible. I feel like making it all the way to the championship and then losing would just be so painful. I'll have to adjust that little off-course area there. That's fair. Yeah, I for one, I was so relieved when the Pats didn't make the playoffs for once. I'm like, oh, no matter what happens, I'm gonna enjoy these playoffs now. Forgetting, like, oh, yeah, that's right, Tom Brady is still in the playoffs. Him winning another Super Bowl would suck. Like, if Tom Brady could just go away, that would be great. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a 6-10 team make the playoffs. That's all I wanted out of this season. Oh, I still need to put a cart path in here. I was not paying enough attention to that. Suppose it's gonna have to go on the left side. I can always just extend the area out there, which seems silly, but whatever. Ryan, get out. Thank you. Alright. So we would do our path, something like that. There we go. And I could, that leaves, like, this area here can be trees and stuff. If I wanted. Yeah, Rangers just essentially, when people submit courses to the database, they go through the reviewers first, which just do a quick first pass on them. And then Rangers are the ones who actually go and test out stuff that's potentially being considered for a tour slot. You know, play all the pins in the, play in the settings that are potentially going to be used, that sort of stuff. See, something like that. We'll go ahead and stretch that bank out a little bit so that this makes sense. We'll go out there somewhere. No, not sure exactly where, but we'll figure it out. I think I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of our pine straw and trees in here. Hey, Manatee. Yeah, I did it to this one because I figured this was gonna be kind of a resort course and that fits the vibe, but like, I liked the way it looked on the first hole and I've kind of regretted it a little bit on every hole since then. Because it's like every time I lay down a fairway, then I have to remember, it's like, oh, I still need cart path. I really, ought to be thinking about that when I'm framing holes. So I'm going to move this one here, I think. Have a good one, Adam. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I gotta be honest. Like, I like the look and the idea, but the course itself, it's not jumping out at me yet. I don't. Although maybe after Cherry Brook, which is just the easiest project I've ever done, everything's just gonna feel difficult and obnoxious in comparison. Like, I love the theme, I love the idea, and the course itself so far just feels kind of soulless and directionless. But we'll see. It needs some kind of spark that I'm missing still. So I'm just trying to get some whole concept ideas down. hoping that once we figure, you know, uh, once we figure the idea that I'm missing out, then it would just be a matter of modifying the holes to fit with that theming, like in terms of like playing surfaces, you know, slopes, bunkers, that sort of stuff. I can change all the local stuff while keeping the general hole shapes concepts the same. None of the ideas are terrible. They're not great yet. I can always move this up if I need. Yeah, because these bunkers don't... Like, that one just comes into play. So I could bump this up a little bit so your target landing area is, like, here-ish. Yeah, and that's still... Oh, yeah. Hell, you even want your target area to be almost there. I'm sure your bunkers will turn out fine. I don't think you have to worry about it too much. Just, you know, if you're really nervous about them, just practice some techniques and styles on just a random, like, new file from scratch until you're happy with it, and then transfer that to your World Cup idea. There we go. That should work for the bunkers there, I think. Now just a couple tweaks to those hills. I want to raise that back edge a little bit more. And then we want to raise this one up a fair amount as well. I think we'll go ahead and just over-raise them slightly so that I can... Hey Jim, how's it going? Thanks, glad you liked it. But anyway, I'm gonna over raise these hills just a little bit so that I can really sink the pans into them a little bit. Make them pop a little. Alright, let's see. Pop that in there. Sorry. Probably bumped the mic on that one. Orion is still determined to crawl back behind my computer. He will not let it go. Making it slightly harder to do this. Now I'm regretting the over-raising the backlets. I thought that was a good idea and that it would make it easier to sculpt these bunkers, and it's actually just making it slightly harder. Live and learn. Alright, that should work. Well, thank you, Q. That's very nice of you to say. I don't really feel like the bunker whisperer at the moment because it's just... I don't know. Everything about this course is just... It's certainly not bad, but everything just feels like a struggle. Like, nothing quite clicks so far. Alright. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Although, fingers crossed, maybe this hole will give me a little mojo. I like the look of this one, and maybe we can start to get a feel for the course. That's a start. We'll just drop the pans a little bit. I'm sure your course will turn out awesome, Q. Alright, now how do I want to do the bunkers around the green? Probably just do a standard one in here. Probably pull that fairway out a little bit more there. I'm kind of thinking I want to pull this in just a little bit, so it's not nearly as exaggerated out that way. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Alright. So, and then that'll adjust where we're putting our bunkers as well. Yeah, I think this one's definitely going a little slower than Cherrybrook was, but that's okay. Not everything comes as effortlessly as that course did. Alright. Some stuff is just more of a struggle, and that's how it is. So quick save. Oops, not save and exit, just save. Alright, that'll work. I want to throw a couple to the left as well. And then a couple kind of in here somewhere. I forgot I was going to pull this in as well. That should work okay. Where's the prime layup spot supposed to be here? Probably you mean for your first shot or the second shot? I figure around here is kind of your layup spot. And then, I mean, you have you have the biggest layup spot in the world there, if you want. As a Bills fan, Dan really likes pain, so he's gonna, the Bills can't hurt him anymore this year. He has to go, he has to go find that elsewhere. There you go. We'll expand that out here. Oh, trust me, I would too. But for in-game, that's enormously generous. But again, it's a reachable par 5, so to a certain extent you want your layup areas to be very generous because otherwise there's no incentive to lay up. And it's just, oh, well, I might as well go for it because the difficult rewarding shot is just about as easy as the layup. So the risky shot either needs to be incredibly difficult or the layup needs to be pretty easy. And I don't mind making the layup pretty easy. Well, that turned out nice. Throw a little one in there. I need to raise that back just a little bit, and then we'll throw a little row of other ones in here. Alright. I'm gonna have to redo that one. But we'll throw I like that back one there, so we'll throw that one in quickly while I have that drawn in, and then I'll go and figure out how we're gonna do that other one in front here in a sec. I mean, that is an alternate way to do it too. But no, I just like, to me, if for a reachable par five, it's one of those where I like to give the player. I think most holes should have a relatively easy way to navigate around them if you give up scoring opportunities to do it. Like, the preferred layup spot might be difficult, but there should always be an easy spot to put a shot, even if it isn't the most advantageous. Like, if my only goal is to walk off with a par, or, again, in terms of, like, everyday real-life golfers, like, there should be an easy way to bogey that hole if I just don't feel confident. And just want to take whatever, like, the most straightforward path through that hole. Like, even if it's just, like, play miles away from the hazards or stuff like that. What's the penalty? Yeah, and then maybe some tricky, Alright, Dan, do you mean me or, MT? Oh, I like that. I like that shape, but it's just in slightly the wrong spot. Alright, let's see if I can remember about what I was doing with that one. Just raise the back there. And then maybe lower the whole thing just a bit so it's not blocking that back one. But lower the front even more. There we go. That's fair. And yeah, Dan, I'm not really sure. I mean, the goal is to have a small green with a fair amount of slope so that short game shots around it aren't terribly easy. It's not there yet, though. I need to hurry up on this one. We're already kind of at a long episode time here. And I kind of want to at least finish most of the idea here before I sign off. Although I guess I have the idea mostly in. I, I, I've done mostly just polishing bunkers on this episode so far, so I suppose I can just do that off stream. Alright, that's a start. I know that's kind of our top lip for that bunker. I want to put another one up here, maybe? Just to fill that space visually. Whatever, we'll figure it out. I could just make this one bigger, too. Yeah, but just in terms of the general slopes on this hole, there's not really any way to realistically lower behind the green, because that would require shifting like this whole area plot down, and that would screw up our tees on 2 as well. The land just doesn't really accommodate that. I can throw some bunkers behind it, probably. Because those tend to be tricky. Those kinda above the hole and green runs away from you type of stuff. Alright, fill that in quickly. Whatever, that bunker needs a little bit of work, but it's fine. It's in the right spot. kind of want to pull this in a little bit. Again, we don't want a whole lot of layup area around the green. Thanks man, appreciate it. This might be the first hole on the course so far that I actually like, rather than, am apathetic about. Alright, yeah, this episode's starting to get a little long, so we probably want to wrap this up relatively quickly. Go. I think we can throw another bunker in here for good measure. That works for me. Just stretch that one out that way. Have a good one, Razor. Thank you for tuning in. Now, I'll probably be wrapping this episode up in a couple minutes, but if you guys want, I'm happy to keep streaming. Just won't be doing Joy of Planting stuff. Maybe we can work on other stuff. Ooh, I did promise I was going to do a quick video on like cliffs and cliff sculpting, so I could probably do that as well this evening. Alright, so there we go. Those ones sorted. Hey, I mean, that's a good reason to, to head out. I can't blame you for that one. Just the fact that watching these gets you energized and excited to go work on your own projects is cool. It's always fun to hear. Orion, hey, Orion, get out. My goodness, he is incredibly persistent. All he wants is behind the computer, even though he can't fit back there. He's just gonna get stuck. And he's basically gonna clog the computer fan up. But hey, what else are cats gonna do, right? He is just very, very persistent. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's give this a play test. Actually, let's lower this bit first. He does. I should go give him some attention. But of course, again, the instant I do that, because I try to give him some attention earlier, but the instant I set down what I'm doing and pay attention, then he just plays aloof, and he doesn't want anything to do with me. Oh my goodness, that's not the shot you want. Yes, and this green needs to be sculpted a little bit. I mean, I want it to be hard, but I don't need it to be unplayably difficult, where it's kind of at now. Well played, Eric. Alright, I should probably replay that once just to actually hit a shot that isn't terrible on this one. He says that he hits a shot that's worse. Yeah, we might have to embrace the yellow a little bit on this hole. Especially to make this this shot difficult. My putting is atrocious. I mean, admittedly, that's not a very good pin location, but it's okay. Hey Kenyon, how's it going? I was actually just about to end this episode. So yeah, we'll just we'll cut the music there. I think this is a good stopping point for this one. I might fiddle with this this hole just a little off stream. But the major concepts there, and I think I like the way this one looks so far. So we might be on the right track here. We'll figure something out. Hopefully there'll be if I can find a spot for an interesting solid blind shot, then I'm totally down for that. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Yeah, hopefully we'll be a little bit more productive in the future episodes. I have a lot of work to get done. We're on, well, I suppose we're on episode 3, and we've got 6 holes in for the most part, so that's not too bad. This kind of this little corner of the property here. But anyway, thanks again everybody for tuning in. And until next time, have a good one. See you in the next episode.